Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Force the Funny, episode 9. Today we're going to be talking about dreams and goals, things like that. Going to go over a couple funny things. I don't know what yet, but we're going to pop them out of our brain holes. You know what? Let's talk skateboarding for this episode. I don't think I've ever talked about skating in my podcast. I mean, maybe very lightly. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about skating too. So, hope you guys are enjoying this calming music to start out with. It's going to be a good episode. And yeah, you know what? Let's just hop into it, guys. No more jumping into it. We're hopping into it. You know why? Because Easter is around the corner, and we're going to hippity hop our way through this episode. But first, I'm going to close that door, because y'all don't need to see my clothes. So, I'll catch you in the show. So let's, so here it is. Episode 9 of Force the Funny. Alright, hey guys. So, hopping into it. First things first, quick announcements. We're going to be streaming every single day on Dlive from now on, except for weekends. We're going to be streaming every single day on Dlive between 1 and 2 p.m., doing a pre-show before the show, which is now going to be recorded every single weekday and uploaded every weekday. So that means every weekday you'll have a brand new episode of Force the Funny, along with a 15 to 20 minute live pre-show over on dlive.tv/Michael DaGeorge, DaGeorge, all one word. So you go check that out if you're interested in hanging out. If you guys are interested in hanging out and talking and having a one-on-one sessions. No, not one-on-one, but you know what I mean, having some where we just hang out and get to know each other and grow this community more as a family than as a fan base, because that's what I want this to be, a community of a family. That's what we're going to be. So you can go catch us over there. We're going to talk and have fun and discuss personal things or impersonal things or whatever comes by that day is what we're going to do. Maybe we'll play games occasionally if the computer can handle it. Sometimes it can't, depending on the game. So, we'll see. But, yeah, so there's that announcement. The second announcement I already kind of said. Every weekday, you guys are going to have a new episode of Force the Funny from now on. It means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's going to be a new episode every single day, except for weekends, because I want to go skate with my friends. But tune in. That's going to be on YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play. You can find us all over the internet now. Catch us there. And make sure you tune in every day and check us out for maybe a half hour to an hour of fun. All right? Those announcements done. Now let's talk a little bit about dreams versus goals. So, in my humble opinion, I believe dreams and goals are obviously two different things. But here's what I think separates one from the other. I think a dream is a goal that you have not put a deadline to yet. And a goal is a dream that has a deadline, right? So you can sit around and say, oh, I'm dreaming of being this, I'm dreaming of being that all day long and never do it. But a goal is something that you say, no, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it by this time. Okay, this comes from maybe a little bit of a Jocko Willink inspiration, a little bit of Joe Rogan, but I believe that's a major key difference between the two. So let's go over some of my dreams and some of my goals. Okay, one of my dreams is to be a voiceover artist. Now, the reason this is not a goal of mine, an immediate goal of mine, is because I have no idea how to go about this. I have no friends that are animators as far as I know. I personally do my voices whenever I feel like it. I practice whenever, pretty much. Let's put these in a drawer for now. Whenever, pretty much, and yeah. So that is a dream of mine. That is something I would love to do in the future, and something I feel I would be really good at if given the opportunity, but it's also something I'm not sure how to make come to fruition. If anybody has any tips or would like some voiceover work done, just let me know in the comments, or you can email me. I believe my email is in the description of this. Not my email, but the Forrest the Funny email, where you can email us with any inquiries. Yeah, so that's a dream of mine. A goal of mine is to start stand-up comedy. That is a goal. That is something I can accomplish and will accomplish next month. By the end of next month, I will have stood on stage at least one time at an open mic and done a few bits. Probably bombed, but we're going to start. We're going to try. We're going to see how it goes. A dream of mine, a dream of mine is to, let's see, what's a good dream? Oh, I guess a dream of mine would be to have at least one sponsorship in skateboarding. That is a dream. It probably won't happen because I'm not that great, but I will keep working every day, getting better at my crafts, and maybe one day somebody will be like, hey man, here's a board, or like maybe a board or two a month. That'd be nice. My boards are getting kind of worn down right now. I'm skating a breaking board, about to start skating another breaking board that's that's not as breaking. But so that's a dream. A goal of mine is to get this podcast to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I feel that's something very accomplishable, something I can do, and something I will do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve this by blowing every single one of you guys up on social media, constantly harassing everybody to watch my show. Not like, actual harassment, but figuratively harassing everybody to watch my show constantly. And also, we're doubling down. We're doing episodes every day now, every weekday now. So that's something that I feel is going to give a good boost. People are going to have daily content to watch, and I think it's going to really help. Also, the YouTube algorithm will favor that, and my videos are a little bit longer, so maybe we'll get a little bit boost in there. But that's a goal of mine. 100 subscribers by the end of the year. If you guys can help with that, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your mom, tell your UPS driver to subscribe to Force the Funny, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Anyway, so yeah, there's a couple dreams and goals, things I want to accomplish, and things that I can accomplish. Maybe one a little bit harder than the other. Maybe all equally as hard. But I'm going to keep working every day. I'm tired of slacking. Going to keep working every day, work my ass off, and we're going to do this. And this is going to be my job. That is the goal. That's the main goal. That is the main goal of this year. And every following year after that, is this to be my job. It'd be great to make money from this. It would be amazing if I could help support me and my fiance in doing this. So it's something that I will achieve, and I'm going to strive my hardest for. And if I fail doing so, I can at least say that I gave it 100% of my effort. Because I'm tired of giving it 75. Let's crank it up another 25. Now, you know what? Let's crank it up 1,000%. We're going hard this year, and we're going in, and we're not stopping. All right? That's the major goal of the year. 100 subscribers and turn this into a job. I know it's kind of hard to turn this into a job with 100 subscribers, but we're going to fucking do it. All right? Now, let's talk about skateboarding. I've been skateboarding since I was 10? No. 7th grade. 6th grade? Something like that. A long time. Maybe 10 years. 24, 14, 12 years. 12 years? Let's call it between 10 and 12 years. I've been skating for between 10 and 12 years. And I stopped for a while in high school. 'Cause why do you think? Anyway, we're not talking about that today. That's a subject for another day down the road. But recently, I've been really getting back into it really hard. I've been going out most days and practicing, doing the basic flip tricks, trying to get really good at those, just get those consistent again. I'm locking down grinds again. Something I've never done before is I'm getting good at transition, skating half pipes and bowls and things like that. That to me was always one of the coolest things you could do on a skateboard, but it was also probably one of the most terrifying things you could do on a skateboard. So for the longest time, I put that off and didn't do that. So we're doing that, and I'm doing that, and I'm getting pretty good at it. Not the best. Definitely not going to be pro ever in my life. That's not something. It definitely is something I would love to do, but also don't want to be killing myself all the time. I like my body. I like my lady, and she definitely hates seeing me get really, really hurt. So if I can keep myself from getting extremely hurt in the near future, I will do so. But it's something I really love doing, and I'm glad that I found it again. I was trying BMX for a little while. I tried BMX for maybe a year. I enjoyed it. I progressed really quickly. Probably too quickly for my own good, because I did not grow up doing it, so I'm not adept at falling on a BMX bike. When it comes to falling on a skateboard, I'm pretty good at getting out of sticky situations and keeping the injuries to a minimum. That said, broken finger, but or something's wrong with my finger, but who's got the money for that shit right now? But anyway, yeah. Let's move this up here. So that's something. So I was BMXing for about a year, getting decently good, getting pretty good, and then something happened. If you guys can see, see that kind of right there? There's a line from here, it goes up to here. I was BMXing at a skate park, and I'm sorry, just the irony in that, BMXing at a skate park, because they don't call them sports parks. Anyway, this is ridiculous. But anyway, BMXing at a skate park, and I went to go over. Okay, I wasn't trying to go over the spine. I was doing something on the other side. Came up. I had too much speed to stop myself because I wasn't riding brakes, so I had to go down. I decided to pump really hard to try to get over this thing. Ended up not getting all the way over it. My back tire hits it, and from maybe 8 feet, I went straight to my face on the concrete. Bike landed on me. I fucked up my knee, which made it hard to walk and do things for a few months, and I blasted my face open. Blasted. Michael, could you insert a picture right now? So yeah, that's my face after I blasted it. So that shied me away from BMX. It also reacquainted me with fear that I hadn't had in a long time. Growing up doing gnarly shit all the time and always putting myself in sticky situations, I kind of stopped being afraid of things. Not everything, but dangerous things that I could have gotten hurt doing, which is sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. Sometimes you get really fucked up, and sometimes having that confidence, a lot of times having the confidence and the commitment of just doing something usually will help you do it. As I usually tell anybody that's getting into skateboarding, commit, don't be scared, just go for it, because when you hesitate, that's when you get hurt. Right. So this crash put a kind of a fear in me. It fucked with my head. I think it might have done something to my brain too, but it's my first real head injury. But yeah, it really fucked with me. And for a while, I wasn't doing anything but work, and that got to me. I'm not that kind of person. I need to be doing something. I need hobbies. I need to be active. I need to be out and about and doing crazy shit for me to be happy. And that sounds terrible. That's the truth. So after my knee healed up, I got back into skateboarding. I had a little bit before my accident, bought a new skateboard to use for filming, because I really enjoy photography and cinematography and filming. So I had a new skateboard, big ass 8.5 inch, and so I just picked it back up, got some smaller wheels instead of my filmer wheels, threw on some smaller wheels, and got back into it. And I gotta say, it was all still there. All the muscle memory of everything pretty much was still there. Definitely the skill wasn't still there. I had to, get back into the swing of things and remind my body this is something we do. But once I kind of reminded my body this is something we do, it listened and was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what we do. So yeah, I've been back doing that for over a year now, I guess, and I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy not just the act of skating, but the community of skateboarding. Real skaters are real true skaters that aren't just going to bitch out and flake off later are probably some of the most, I don't want to say welcoming, because that's not so much the case, but some of the nicest, how do I say this? Skating is probably one of the most tight-knit communities there is out there. Skaters really do tend to look after each other, take care of each other, and I always get you hyped when you do something cool, when you do something new. A real skater that is there just to skate and have fun and spread love in skateboarding always will hype you up. It doesn't matter if you're landing a pop shove it, a kickflip, your first ollie, your last ollie, doesn't matter. There's a real skater will be like, fuck yeah, that's sick, good job, fuck yeah, now do it 18 more times. You know what I mean? Because there's love, there's respect, but also fucking keep going, motherfucker. It's never over. It is never over. I think that's another thing I really enjoy and love about skateboarding is it's never over. There is always another place to get to. There's always more tricks to do. There's always more things. There's always more tools you can put in your tool bag, And I love that. It keeps you going. It keeps you pushing beyond anything I've ever done in my life. It really does push you to keep bettering yourself. And it also humbles you. No matter how good you get in skateboarding, there's somebody better than you. Always. Never forget that. And actually a lot of things in life. Most things in life. No matter how good you get at something, there's usually somebody better. And so don't stop. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep progressing. Keep, cool, you can ollie this high. Now try to go higher. Cool, you can get on this ledge. Now try to get on a bigger one. Cool, you can go down this rail. Now try to go down that one. There's always some way to progress. And that's great. And I think it teaches people a lot too. That kind of mentality, that kind of drive, that kind of push to it's never over. Keep going. Keep progressing. Keep getting better. That if you start skating at a young age, I think that really teaches you a lot in life and maybe gives you a head up, especially in this generation of weak pussies and nobody wanting to, take the hard way, everybody looking for the easy way out and just sitting online all the time. If you can learn to eat shit really hard and get back up and try something again, and then eat shit again, and then try it again. If you can learn to keep doing that, eventually you succeed in it, and it shows you, holy shit, there's something to this. And that feeling you finally get when you do something like that, when you're trying something over and over and over and over and over, and you just keep getting hurt and keep falling and keep fucking up. Finally, you get to a point where you're like, I'm done. I'm done falling. I'm done getting hurt. I'm fucking doing this. And you get past that mental block, your body finally is like, okay, we're doing it. And that feeling when you do it is probably one of the best feelings you'll ever feel in your entire life. And every time it never decreases. It doesn't ever go away. You never finally land something for the first time and go, oh, cool. No, you're always psyched. Doesn't matter if it's your first ollie or your first tray flip, or your first time 5-0ing a handrail, the first time you land those things feels like the first time you ever landed an ollie. It's incredible. And it's something I wish everybody could feel at least once or twice in their life. I think it's really important. And, yeah. God, I love skateboarding and everything it means to everything it is. Good and bad. I love it all. It's just probably the greatest sport on the planet, in my opinion. It's definitely one of the hardest things you could possibly do. And there's something to be said about that. Something to be said about doing something hard just for the sake of doing it. You know? Because it's not everybody's going to be a professional skateboarder. Not everybody's going to get sponsored. Heck, not everybody's going to be able to land a tray flip. But you can at least ollie. You can at least kick flip. You could at least pop shove it. And if you can do those things, that's great. And that's amazing. And something to be said about it, you know. I hope more people try it out. I hope more people try it, and I hope to help to perpetuate the need for people to try it, you know. It's just amazing, and I don't know who I would be in my life without it. Obviously, the way I dress is very much influenced by growing up skateboarding and continuing to skate, but also my mentality and the way that I look at my life and the way I approach things, the way that I just keep hammering away. I'll come back over and over and over as long I will continue to come back and keep fighting until I land it or until I get the thing I want, and then I keep going. And I think that's something I've gotten directly from skateboarding and something I will continue to appreciate in myself and in those around me for the rest of my life. So, word of advice, pick up a skateboard and go push down the street and go learn how to skateboard. Even if you can't ollie, even if you never plan on doing anything gnarly with it, just try it. And I guarantee you'll love it. It gets hard. It gets discouraging sometimes. But it's probably one of my favorite things in the whole world. And I think everybody should at least try it a couple times in their life. If not, do it for the rest of your life. So yeah. So there's skating. I just talked about that for maybe 10 minutes. You can tell how passionate I am about that. Sorry for the listeners, I'm just drinking water. I've been holding my glass of water for like the last 5 minutes. So shall we dive into the notebook and see what the notebook has for us today? Oh, my vape batteries are almost charged. That's cool. Alright, let's see what the notebook has for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Already talked about that. These are personal. No excuse. Have an iPhone. Mental block. Creating more when I'm drunk. That's just a thing. I love pens. I do love pens. Yeah, I guess we could talk about that. We'll talk about how I'm a nerd about weird little things. I fucking love pens. And not just like your standard ballpoint pen. Not just one of these. Like, this is whatever. This is a cool pen. I mean, it's a decent pen. It's kind of cheap. Flimsy. It does have has a stylus on the top. I enjoy that. But I'm talking like this. Like this guy right here. This, for those of you that are listening and not watching, I am holding up a green, tan, and brown pen. It has Star Wars on the cap. It's a Schaefer pen. And on the bottom, it has Yoda right there. And it says, "Do or do not, there is no try." And on the back, it says, "Fear is the path to the dark side." Star Wars pen. Really cool. But best part about this pen, it's a fucking fountain pen. I love writing with this thing. It writes so crisp, so smooth. You can do so much with this. You really can. There's constantly ink all over it, though, because it's a fountain pen. But yeah, I love this thing. It's amazing. I love writing with it. It just feels great. I feel, I guess I feel sort of posh writing with it. I quite enjoy that, and I've had many a nice pens throughout my life. Yeah, it's weird, but I've had many a nice pens. My mom knows I'm a giant nerd about pens. I love them to death. I love cool pens and fancy pens and regular pens and just writing with a nice pen. You know, something about it. Any writers out there probably know this feeling of just having a really nice pen to write with. I have a wood one. I have an all wood pen. And I'm back. I have an all wood pen. This I got, my mom got for me in Oregon. It says Oregon on the side. But the cool thing about it, if the camera will focus, it is all wood. Except for a few metal bits in the inside. Okay, so it's a wood pen. Not all wood, but it's a wood pen. And I quite enjoy it. And it writes... Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. It's really smooth on the action. It's a twisty. It's really smooth on the twist. Got a nice resistance to it, so it's not just like... It's a nice solid twist. It's accented by these gold-plated pieces. Either brass or gold plate. Not sure. It came in a box. I don't have that anymore. But yeah, and just a lovely twisty pen, ballpoint, replaceable ink. Top pops off. Don't want to take it apart right now, though. This is my pen I take to go. I keep this pen in my backpack because I just like the feel of it. It's got a nice weight to it too. It's a little bit of a weighty pen, and I really enjoy that. A good weighty pen, something that feels like kind of substantial in the hand, something, not just cheap. A good solid pen. But also, I just like I don't know. I like the look of this for a to-go pen. It goes good with my little mini notebook, which I showed on the last episode, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I love pens and weird little things. I'm just a nerd about little insignificant things like bottle openers. I like collecting different bottle openers and just having all different kinds of those. Oh god, what else am I a nerd about? Obviously comic books. I love comic books. I've been reading comic books since I was a kid. My aunt got me into them. I'm a nerd about whiskey. That's not a weird thing to be a nerd about. Some guys are. I love a good whiskey. Like like this, there it is. Like this Proper 12 right here. That's a good one. Not the best I've ever had. Best I ever had was a 32-year Oban that my friend bought for me at a bar. You know who you are. Thank you. That was probably the best whiskey I've ever had in my life. It was really good. Unfortunately, it was tainted by knowledge of how it was paid for, but what can you do? Well, we were all young and dumb at some point. Yeah, I love whiskey. Different kinds of whiskey. Scotch is probably my favorite, and then Irish whiskey, and then probably Kentucky bourbon, which is a whiskey. Yes, Kentucky bourbon is probably my second favorite. My third favorite. I don't know what brand particularly, but yeah, good Kentucky bourbon is nice. As far as Scotch goes, it's got to be Macallan is number 1, Glenlivet is number 2, Oban is number 3. You want to go Irish, it goes Proper 12, and then Jameson, and then Tullamore. I've actually been recently enjoying vodka, but I don't like vodka by itself. I much prefer it as a mixed drink. I got alcohol poisoning from vodka when I was in high school, so now if my body tastes vodka, I just want to vomit. So that's not fun. But yeah, I'm just a nerd about weird different things. I guess everybody has their little particular things that they enjoy and they like and they obsess over, and they kind of, and for me it's pens and whiskey and vapes. I have a lot of different vapes, but I'm not going to talk about that today. That's a subject for another day, seeing as how we're coming to a close. So yeah, I guess kind of more of a serious episode today, huh? I was planning on having a nice lighthearted jaunt today, I guess you could say, but yeah, this ended up being more of a serious episode, probably because of my stream probably because of the pre-show, where I talked a little bit more in depth about dreams and goals. Talked about that for about 15 minutes over there. But yeah, more serious of an episode today, kind of more calm, more chilling. Not so hype right now. I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, just in a kind of calmer mood today, more relaxed. Did some yoga this morning. Still haven't meditated yet today. I need to get that done. So we'll probably end up doing that after this podcast, since I'm already kind of relaxed. Jesus, my mouth is dry right now. 420 is this Saturday. I'm excited for that. That should be fun. I don't usually, I'm probably not going to celebrate too much, but definitely going to smoke. I guess that's it for this episode, guys. Real relaxed, real calm. Just a nice hang today. So yeah, let's wrap this up. If you guys heard any background noises, I'm sorry. My windows are open because it's a nice day out today, and I like to have fresh air and not recycled air conditioning. So anyway, thank you to everybody that made it this far. Thank you for listening. I really do greatly appreciate and love every single one of you. You can find me, again, I'll just reiterate, you can find me on Dlive, dlive.tv/MICHAELDAGEORGE, all one word. Michael George. You can find me over at Dlive every day between 1 and 2 p.m. doing the pre-show, where we're going to chill out and hang and get ready for the show, discuss what's going to be on the show, and maybe just chat. And then every day hopefully around 6 p.m., there will be every weekday around 6 p.m. there will be a new episode out for you guys to enjoy on YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play. You can find us all there. Force the Funny. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. And thanks for coming over. Goodbye.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.